Alright. Data should be coming in any minute now. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Stream's up and running now. Everything looks good. Stream's holding well. Things looking good, 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 good. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. If you guys jump into the stream now, I'm just making sure everything is kosher before I start it in a few minutes. Got my alerts here. Excellent. The live unboxing. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everything's looking good. Stream is holding well. See what we got going on. Alright. Alright, let's move that over a little bit here. Excellent. Anybody jumps into the stream, just get everything prepped, making sure stuff doesn't crash like it did last week. I think everything is going to be good this time. I made a lot of improvements. A lot of improvements. Hopefully everything is going to be working well. I hope. I'm hoping. Stream is looking healthy. Excellent. Excellent. Everything is looking A-okay right now. Just waiting a couple minutes to get everything hooked up before I begin the stream. Whoever comes to the channel, thank you for coming into the stream as usual. We're getting ready for the 9 o'clock stream. Some pretty cool stuff we're going to be talking about today. Test, test, test. And the stream has not crashed one bit. Very happy about that. And that looks good there. Everything looks kosher there. Yes, it does. Good, good, good. Excellent. Everything's looking pretty good right now. No drop packets. The encoder's holding well with no issues. Hopefully some more people will come into the stream tonight. I'm hoping. Okay. You're saying it's not optimal. Okay, so let's... I don't want to crank it up any higher. It's telling me the stream is okay. Let's take a look at the settings here. Hey Tony, how's it going, sir? Thanks for coming into the chat. Just making some quick looks of the stream. I think everything is okay. How's the screen look on your guys' side, Tony? Does it look okay by you? The output looks pretty good. I made some adjustments to the stream, which I'll be talking about shortly. I just wanted to give it a couple minutes so it will come over here. Doing just to do some tweaks to the stream. I'm running it a little bit lower than normal capacity, just to make sure I don't run any hiccups like I had last week. So I think everything is okay for right now. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, thank you. How's the sound, Tony? Let me know, please. Today's stream should be pretty good. I'm doing something a little bit different that I have not yet done on the stream yet. I hope you guys will like it. Excellent. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I wanted to just go in a little early just to make sure everything was running properly. Still can't get the stupid, silly alert to fire right for whatever reason. I can see it on my end, but real subscribers aren't getting it. I don't know why. You'll see it pop up in a second in your end. Well, I'm getting another overload. I'm getting another overload again. I might have to tweak it even more and pull down the settings even deeper. Hopefully that's not the issue. Let me take a look here, see what it's looking like over here. Whoops. Let me take a look here. Said there was an overload. It's not crashing the stream. Oh, cool. Yeah, we can meet up. That's cool. I have no problem meeting up with people. I think it'd be a cool idea. Had an overload that popped up on the stream. I'm just taking a look to make sure it's not causing the stream to crash. I'll make a note of what I did here so you guys will know what's kind of going on. Because I made some changes to the stream. This should help, I'm hoping, with some of the problems we're running into. Yes, that is my cat walking in the background. She might be dozing, coming in from time to time. Hopefully. So we have 2 people in chat. Thank you guys for coming into the stream. Probably it's myself and you, Tony, which is fine. I don't mind talking to one person. I have no issue with that at all. Yeah, Tate's is a really cool place to go. I've been going there for years. We have more people coming to the stream. Excellent. I got no drop frames. My connection's holding well. Everything looks kosher. So let's start the stream today, guys. Welcome for coming into the Rookie Goodness stream for April 2nd, 2018, which, of course, we stream all on Mondays now for about an hour of time. It might go a little longer, might go a little less. It all depends on what we got going on. So let's talk a little bit what's going on in this stream today. If you didn't catch my sort of update, I made a note on my Facebook groups. If you haven't followed me on Facebook, definitely check me out on Facebook. If you didn't follow me on Twitter, definitely check me out on Twitter. We have 3 people in chat right now. Thank you guys for coming into the stream. I had a big life event that happened to me last week, which was last Monday. I had a family... Hey, Johnson, how's it going, sir? Thanks for coming into the stream. I had a family member that was called me from the hospital last Monday. This person was in the hospital for close to 7 days. From last Monday up until last weekend, Saturday, they were released in the afternoon. The person that's part of my family, significant other, a significant relative actually, and they were in the hospital for a rather serious infection. Really, really bad. Almost, I would say, life-threatening. That's how bad this infection was. And I was with this person, with my girlfriend's help. We were there for about 8 to 10 hours every single day. I was even there today to help this person out. So a lot of my time has been devoted to making sure they're on the mend, so to speak. Yeah, they're going to be doing a new Geo movie. Hey, CCW, how's it going, sir? Yeah, they are going to be doing a new Green Lantern Corps movie. It's coming out, I believe, in 2020, from what I've heard. Ryan Reynolds was very good in Deadpool. I don't think they casted him right for the Green Lantern movie, to be quite honest. So basically what happened is, for all people just jumping into the stream, I just started it a second ago. Just an update, family update here. My family member was in the hospital for about a week. They're on the mend. They're getting better. A lot of my time was devoted towards this person and making sure they felt much better. And a lot of my time and resources have been dedicated towards that. Thankfully, I'm still currently out of work, so I can spend more time making sure this person gets better. I don't want to go into more details about who it is, but it is someone in my family. It's a very close relative of mine, so let's just put it this way. It was not good. The diagnosis at one time was very, very grim. The type of infection that this person had was 1 of 5 people actually dies from this infection. It was very, very serious. I always like Kenny Omega. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorite wrestlers right now, at least on the indie scene. I love Omega. Being a guy who's geeky, funny in the comic books, in the video games immensely, so I definitely love his stuff. So that's what's currently going on with the family member in my life right now. So a lot of my time was spent to look and treat this person. If you notice on the stream, on the bottom right corner, you'll see a picture of myself saying Rookie Goodness, dressed up as Kyle Rayner as a pop. I had that licensed and commissioned by Javier Lugo, who's an artist who I met at a convention. So he drew that picture for me. So I wanted to put it on the stream. I thought it'd be very, very cool to have. And I want to thank Javier for it again. 7 people in the stream. Thank you guys for coming in. So one of the things you might have saw in the thumbnail that I mentioned, excuse me, was I'm going to be doing a live unboxing right now. But before I go to the live unboxing, I want to say what I'm going to be doing for Rook 180. There is a winner for Rook 180. It's going to be the Aliens. The Aliens for Rook 180 is going to be the Titan Vinyls Nostromo collection, I believe it's called. However, I have to make an adjustment, make an audible, because I cannot find another box. This one right here, I cannot locate another Alien Titan Vinyl Nostromo box. So I made an audible, and I decided to add it with this one. So it's going to be AVP as well. So I'm going to be doing both this AVP box. Let me get it in frame. Here we go. Whoever wins collection is going to be... there's both Alien guys and Predator guys, so I figured I can't have all Aliens like I want on this one, so I figured I'll make an audible, make a change up, and give you guys both. So it's going to be both these boxes will be reviewed on Rook 180. I'm tentative to put it in for... thank you, Jackie. Tentatively put it in this coming Wednesday is when Rook 180 Episode 11 will be shot. If everything goes according to plan, that's when I'm going to shoot that video. Open International for... What are you talking about, Johnson? If you're talking about for the contest, for Rook 180, just in case people who are new to the channel might not know, it's a segment that I created about a year ago because at one time it was very, very difficult to shoot a video for me. Because to upload, let's say, a 5-minute video, or 5-minute, I'll get here in a second, Johnson. To upload a 5-minute video when my internet was so bad, it would take me close to 2 hours to upload a 5-minute video. So to try to alleviate some of that pain, I decided to create a segment called Rook 180, where basically I'm going against the clock. I have to review blind boxes in 3 minutes or less. If I can do that, then I keep the items, let's say these guys here, in my collection. But if I cannot review a full review, I mean show the box, show everything inside the box, articulation if any, and accessories if any, and if I can't do that in 3 minutes, I lose these guys, and there's a prize that goes up as a giveaway. Unfortunately, Johnson, just so you know, it's not international, only because to ship something out internationally is extremely expensive. A box, let's say, that had, let's say, these two guys in it here, and a box that maybe it was, let's say, this big, would cost me close to $50 to ship it out international. It's extremely expensive and not cost-effective right now to do it. The giveaway would only happen if I lost the challenge. So it's only for the U.S. I hate to kind of, rain on people's parades, but that's how I have to do it right now, especially being unemployed currently. I actually have a lot of interviews in place right now, so I'm hoping for some good news shortly. But right now, going forward, that's how I do Rook 180. It's a segment that I created because to alleviate that problem... Cool, thank you, Johnson. I did it to basically alleviate the problems with shooting video. With shooting my videos, actually. Yeah, I'm going to be watching the CCW. I'm actually going to be picking up the network. I was watching WrestleMania, let's say, by less than normal means, so to speak. And the way to watch it that I had to do was extremely bothersome and very difficult to do. So I'm going to shell the $10. I'm going to pick up the network. I'll be able to watch it on TV. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. And I'm drinking some sweet tea out of my Justice League holiday cup. Got it at FYE. So if you see that, that's what's going on. So let's so Rook 180's out of the way. My family update's out of the way. Let's get to an unboxing. That's why you guys are here. You saw it on the thumbnail. Let's go and talk about this guy right here. The DC Legion of Collectors Corps, the very last one, the Green Lantern box. I finally got this damn thing. If you're not aware, if you didn't know what was going on, basically I ordered every single Legion Collectors Corps for DC, and the problem... Hey, OMG, how's it going, sir? Thank you for coming into the stream. Your unboxing is going to be done in a second. I have OMG in the chat right now. He actually sent me a box to be unboxed. I opened it up, took a look at it, make sure everything was kosher, and I'll be doing that on the stream as well. And thank you again, OMG, for that box, for the fan mail. So, this box here was misdelivered to me. For whatever reason, I never got this box. So, this box is about a month late to me. I know everything inside this box already. Hate to be a killjoy, because I was in the process of actually ordering one from eBay. Only because I was in talks with Funko for about 3 weeks, and I was having difficulties getting me another box because about 3 boxes ago I had to get another replacement box shipped to me because it was lost again. Normally stuff doesn't disappear off my doorstep. I had, let's say, 2 boxes ago for this one. they actually delivered it at 9 o'clock at night. It was there for a complete 8 to 10 hours until the morning. So I opened my door up and I found a box there. So I was like, well, I know it doesn't get picked up off my front door, so I think it was misdelivered. So here's what the box would look like. I never did a live unboxing yet for you guys, so I'm going to get cut out of the frame here. But here's what the box would look like. This is the last Legion of Collectors Core for DC, if you were not aware. Unfortunately, Funko has decided to change gears with these boxes. And I did a full discussion about this, about myself and Cletus Selden, who helped me build the stream, professional boxer. I'm definitely a big fan of his channel. He actually subscribes to me. I talk to him on a regular basis. We're going to be doing some toy hunts down the road as well. Excuse me. But what I talked about were these Funko boxes, these guys here. These were subscription boxes. They were bi-monthly boxes, price point of $29.99 US, or your regional equivalent. They were bi-monthly boxes. They had 4 different boxes. They had the DC Legion Collector's Core, the Marvel Collector's Core, the Disney box, and the Smuggler's Bounty, which was Star Wars. All 4 of the boxes have now been discontinued. Cool. That's awesome. That's probably why he's not watching me right now. So all the boxes were unfortunately discontinued. They are good boxes most of the time. I've seen rather bad boxes for DC, and DC looked to be, at least in my opinion, the worst of the 4 boxes. The Marvel stuff was usually good. The Star Wars is always good. You always got multiple pops in that, different sort of things. The Disney box was good. I'm not a massive Disney fan. I definitely want to get the I think the Cinderella Dragon, the stepmother, when she was a big dragon. I definitely want to get that 6-inch pop down the line. I think that's a very, very cool pop. So, you guys want me to do an unboxing. Again, here's what it would look like. The only thing I've done so far is I do my normal unboxings. I cut the tape down here. Now, I know everything, like I said, in this box. And this is probably one of their best boxes that DC ever did. Again, it is their last box. Green Lantern was the March box. They are no longer doing Legion of Collectors Core for DC. They're sort of sunsetting these progressively every few months for each box. Now, they did change their business model, as I mentioned in my video with Cletus, that they're no longer going to be subscription boxes. They're going to do something in retail. So I'm assuming they're going to probably do it, I'm guessing, like the GameStop boxes. Those are very successful for Funko with GameStop, so I think they might be going down that road, but I'm not 100% sure. So as you guys know, I'm a big Green Lantern fan, so let's actually get into this box and have me stop talking. So when you crack the box open here, you get some really cool artwork here, some Green Lantern-inspired artwork. So if I open it, this is kind of what it would look like on the inside. So let's actually go through piece by piece like I normally do for my unboxing. First thing, we have a very, very cool shirt. Again, I know everything inside this box because I had to actually look on eBay to get a replacement box. So the shirt I like a lot. It's a very cool shirt. It is a Funko-inspired shirt. You'll see the sticker, you'll see the tag right here, rather. It says Funko large right there. So here's what the shirt would look like. I'll kind of pull back so you can see. It's a really cool Green Lantern shirt. I do like the shirt. I am going to wear it. Unfortunately, no Kyle Rayner, but that's okay, because I'm happy with that shirt. Moving on. So I'm going to do them bit by bit here. Next we have here, this is kind of opened up, unfortunately. This is it's a pint-sized hero, but the box is kind of falling apart here, so I probably have to tape it back together again. It is a DC Legion of Collectors Core exclusive. This is what it would look like. I've got some glare going here. So it says you got Hal Jordan and Sinestro. It is pint-sized heroes, DC Collectors Core. Nothing on this side. Got a back shot of the core. I'll take it out so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm probably going to display these guys because they're so adorable. I love the way they look. So we did not get unfortunately, a Funko version of Sinestro, but we at least got them in the pint-sized heroes. I think they're called pint-sized heroes. What are they called? They're pint-sized heroes. So we got ourselves a Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. It does say Hal Jordan on the little box. So that's what he would look like. Wait for him to focus. Very, very cute little Hal Jordan. I love it. I absolutely love it. Box is unfortunately falling apart on this one. But I have to tape it back together again. And next we have our little Sinestro. This is how he should look as a pop in his Sinestro Core gear. I do like the way he looks here. I know I'm getting a little bit of distortion here. I do apologize. But he looks really, really cool. Definitely dig the little pint-sized heroes, Sinestro and Hal Jordan. Very, very cool item. Definitely like it. I'll put it back in so you can kind of see what it would look like back in the little holder. And this thing is absolutely falling apart, which is an unfortunate thing. I have to retape this thing because it's just literally falling apart. It's kind of cool because of the way it's built. I don't know if it was really designed for the Legion box because it has a little peg sticker right here, a little punch pad right there to punch it out. So I'm very, very happy about that guy. Moving on, we have ourselves a stress ball, which I do like it because it's in the fashion of a power battery. I'll put it on my Green Lantern shelf, absolutely. Kind of spin it around so you can see it a little bit better. So it looks like this. It's weird because this side of it has the actual write-up of the information on the actual item. You would display it like, say, this way. This is how, because there's a spot here and a spot here. It is squishy. It is a stress ball, as you can hear right here. Go to the mic, you can hear it. It does look good. It's when you look at it, it doesn't look this green. It looks a little bit darker than what I'm seeing here, but this is kind of what it would look like. I do like it. Really cool looking stress ball. And last but not least, let's talk about the big guy, the really big item of the box, because this is what I really, really love. It's a 3-pack of 3 lanterns. We have Chip, Guy Gardner, and Kilowog. This is what I really wanted most of all. This is the reason why I wanted the box. I was tempted to just buy this 3-pack. So let's actually get into it here. So these are going to be displayed. Absolutely. You guys know I'm a big Green Lantern fan. It does have the Legion of the Collector's Corps right here on that side. Let me do an unboxing here first like I normally do for you. So you see the back of the packaging. You have all of them. It looks like, I guess that's supposed to be Oa right here, which is the Green Lantern home planet. I think that's supposed to be Oa, I'm guessing. But I think it looks really, really good. So this is going to be definitely unboxed. This is going to be on my shelf because there's not many real traditional Green Lantern figures for Funko. So first and foremost, we have Chip. He is a squirrel, if you were not sure of who he is. Head does spin complete 360 with no issues. He looks really, really good. I do love the way he looks. He has his little power ring out here. Did they sculpt it? Did they put? Yeah, they put the little power ring icon on it right there. Looks great. Absolutely love this guy. They don't have many Chip things out. They have a couple, I think, little small action figures for Chip, but I do love that. Next we have, let's talk about Guy Gardner. We don't have a whole lot of Guy Gardner stuff. We have a few things for Guy Gardner, a couple action figures. I do like the way he looks. Really, really cool. Definitely dig Guy Gardner. He's gonna be out of box as well. Definitely like it. Full 360 on the head. No hindrance of the articulation. He does have his collar up really, really high. His little black right there on the neck post. And he has the ring right there as well, if you were curious. Again, no hindrance or articulation. Not a bobblehead. I definitely dig it. Last but not least is the drill instructor, which is Kilowog, if you were not familiar. I wish he would be a little taller, because if you look at the scale, Kilowog in normal comics is really, really tall. He's really tall. He should be about this height, as you see me showing the scale difference. He should be probably a 6-inch pop, in my honest opinion. He's a really, really tall character. So we had all 3 of them here. I'll get them all displayed so you can see all of them out. Actually, let me finish up with Kilowog first. Again, he has a big neck post as well. This is the sort of suit he would normally wear. He does have the ring, the big power ring right there, which I do like it. Head, no hindrance of the articulation. Looks really, really good. We still have 6 people in chat. Thank you guys for sticking around. And we had, of course, Chip. So all 3 of them right there. So we have all 3 of the Green Lantern Corps guys. And unfortunately, this was the last of their boxes. It is a shame that the boxes are no longer a thing. Like I said, they changed their model for doing the Legion boxes. I don't know why they changed it, but they decided to not go in this direction any longer. It's good that we actually got a triple pack. I've never seen a triple pack come out of the Legion box, at least mine. Tony, you can actually find them still. I have seen them. I saw them going for as low as about 40 or 50 bucks US, but you can still get the Legion stuff. You still can get them. You can even go to their website to get some of their older boxes. But this Green Lantern box, per se, is... I would go on eBay to get it. That's where I saw it, and I was very tempted to buy one there as well. But because I had a deal with Funko, they said they would be able to replace the box, and I got this new one here. So I thought this was a very, very good box. I absolutely love the triple pack of the lanterns. Definitely dig that. So the Legion box is done. Took about maybe 10, 12 minutes to do it. Now let's go to OMG stuff. Hopefully you're still in the chat, OMG. We're going to do your box right now, my friend. Pardon me. So we talked about Rook 180. My friend OMG in my chat right now, OMG, it's Tom Hanks, sent me some fan mail. And it reads, Hi Rook, love the channel. Here are some items to review or use for Rook 180. Keep on the awesome videos. OMG, it's Tom Hanks. So thank you again, OMG, for it. So he sent me a box with some stuff in it. So let's actually look at what he sent me. Some of the items are going to be for Rook 180. I'm not going to open those items. I will open a few of them, though, on the chat because there's some blind bags. So he sent me some blind bags from, of course, we just did Pint-Sized Heroes. We have some WWE Pint-Sized Heroes. He sent 3 of these to me. So I'm going to crack into all 3 of them and see what we get. Price points are about $4 for these guys because there is a price sticker on the back. If you want to see what's on, you can get on it. I'll hold it up for you guys so you can see it here. It looks like you can get a decent amount of guys. There are different rarities for them. From what I'm seeing here, it looks like Macho Man is one of 72 on this one. So you can get different guys on this in these packaging. So I think that's very, very cool. So let's actually crack into it and see what we get. So first one here we get. Let's take a look. Yep, you get a little pamphlet here of all the people. Yeah, definitely, Tony. You should definitely pick it up. Very, very cool. Here's what the checklist would look like. You got 1 guy per package, and we got, oh, that's very cool. We get the Kingslayer himself, Seth Rollins. I like the little pint-sized heroes. I think they're good. For about $4, I'm not really off with that price point. I think this is a pretty good price. Would I like having 2 of them? Absolutely. But you know what? I'm okay at that price point. Let me see something here. He is considered a... I'm not even seeing it. He's 1 of 12. So this would be considered, I think, an uncommon. Or a common. No, this is considered a common. It's easier to get this one. This is a 1 in 12 for this one, for Seth Rollins. So we're going to go to the next one. There were 3 in this box. Take a look here. I need my knife. I need my knife here. All right. Got 6 people in the chat. Thank you guys for being on my chat today. This one we get... We get ourselves John Cena. This one I think is an uncommon. Yes, this is 1 of 6 of this one. This would be considered an uncommon one. He looks pretty good, actually. I'm not a big John Cena fan. He's got a little baseball cap on. I think, did they do it where you can actually see these? I know that some of these you could actually cheat. They had little holes in them so you could see what you get. So we got Cena and Rollins. It'd be nice to get that Macho Man, but I doubt if we're going to hit it. Because it is a difficult one to find. And we get the dead man himself, The Undertaker. Which is kind of fitting. Hey, Gaming Rocket, how's it going, sir? Fitting that we get The Undertaker because, I mean, that's kind of funny if you think about it for WrestleMania. Right there. That's a little omen, isn't it? Very, very cool. Thanks for coming in the chat, Gaming Rocket. So, OMG, it's Tom Hanks. Thank you very much for that. Very, very cool. Putting these things aside. He also sent me not 1, not 2, but 3 of the Justice League Funko Mini Mystery Boxes. These guys here. I'm probably going to use 2 of these. I'll probably open 1 of them. Let me know in the chat which one I should open. These are different rarities. You can get different ones. Pick 1, 2, or 3. Starting over on this side. This will be box 1. Which one should I open? 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to open 1 of them. Which one should I open? Type it in the chat for me, please. We'll take a consensus. Which one should I open? 1, 2, or 3? 2. Anybody else want 2? 2 going once, 2 going twice. Should I go with 2? 2's looking like the winner. 3. We have 2 and 3. Which one should we go with? 1 more person. And don't pick 1. We'll have a tie. We need a tiebreaker. Damn it, AA. So we have 1 for each of them. Which one should I open? Give me somebody. The next one is the tiebreaker. Someone type in chat, please. I'm going to open 1 of these. I'm going to save 2 for Rook 180, the next episode. Which one? Type in chat, please. If you don't, I'm going to pick 1. 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know, please. It's from starting on this side right here, it'll be box 1. 2. OMG it is. He makes a tiebreaker. We're going to go in the middle. In the middle it is. These two are going to be for Rook 180. I'm thinking about doing the next episode of Rook 180. I'm thinking it would be a good idea. Let me know in chat what you think. If I do Justice League, maybe against Avengers, Infinity War. I'm assuming they're going to have an Infinity War mystery box. I think that might be a good battle between the two. Avengers against Justice League. I think that might be a good one. What do you guys think in chat? Let me know. What do you think? I think there'd be a very, very cool competition between the two. I think it'd be a very, very good idea to do Justice League against Avengers. It is 2. That's what we're going to go with, Tony. We're going 2. 2 it is. Now, I'll showcase off this to you guys in case you haven't seen it yet. Let me move these out of the way here. I don't want to trip over my little pocket-sized pops. I will definitely, OMG, definitely keep those. I'm not going to throw it away. I think it'd be a cool idea doing Justice League versus Avengers. I think that'd be a very cool matchup. So, if you've not seen the blind boxes for the Funko for Justice League, here's what it looks like. Looks okay. I was not a fan of the movie, so everyone knows that now. I did not like that movie in any way, shape, or form. Here's the rarities, if you were curious. It looks like you have, I'll look at it here as well, so I can keep a look at it. It looks like one of the, I guess the Aquamans are hard to get. It's 1 of 72. You have a 1 of 36. And you have also a Parademon is 1 of 72. That's kind of odd why the Parademon is up there. I'd like to get maybe the Superman would be nice, or the Batman. They have a couple different Batmans. So let's actually crack into this one here, see what we get. Whenever you get these blind boxes for Funko, they come in a little, usually a black bag like this. This one feels a bit heavy. It feels a little bit bulky. So let's see what we get inside this. We got an Aquaman. And I do like a lot of these stylized blind boxes because he looks really, really cool. This is what he looks like. Looks really, really sweet. He's holding his trident. This is a 1 of 6. So this would be a considered uncommon one. They have 1 of 12 ones. They would have 1 of 36 ones. They have 1 of the 12 ones. 1 of 124s one. So this one looks really, really cool. I think this one looks really nice. Usually the head might move on these, but this one's there is no articulation. These are basically staction pieces. There is no movement on these at all, but I do like the way they look. I think this one looks really, really cool. Thank you again, OMG. I have a lot of the actual blind box figures, mainly because of things like Rook 180. When I actually display, I have a whole shelf where I display these guys, so definitely cool. Thank you very much for that. So now let me show you something else he sent me. He sent me 3 pops. I'm a big WWE, I'm a big wrestling fan. So he sent me some wrestling pops. First thing is first, we got to talk about someone who's no longer at WWE. It is Eva Marie. She was always a model, basically. Always in red. That was her big gimmick. I don't have this pop, so let's actually get into her. I do not own this one. Any pop in here I don't own. So let's take a look at her. Very, very small body. No figure stand, surprisingly. She does not have a figure stand. Head is a bit tight here. She's hindered because of the sculpt on her head. Just so you will know, here's what she would kind of look like. I like the way she looks. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And of course, price point for most pops are $9.99. $10. Next, of course, we got some people that I love, definitely. We got ourselves Big E from, of course, New Day. I have the full set. Yep, she's walking in the background. She's sitting in the corner right there. She's pruning herself. Right there. There she is. If you were curious about my cat, I actually, that cat there is named Sapphire. I got her in 2006, so she's 12 years old. And she is a diabetic cat, meaning she gets insulin twice a day, like a normal person. She gets shots. I give her injections twice a day. Unfortunately, she is, ill. I have to make sure she's on special food medication. That's, unfortunately, it is what it is. So here's Big E in his white outfit. I have all 3 of them. I got New Day's, the complete 3-pack, which was a Toys R Us 3-pack, I believe. I have all 3 guys. So let's actually take a look at Big E. He does have the little unicorn horn, which I do like. Our friend Big E here, with a little unicorn right there. Little unicorn horn. Hindrance to the door, hindrance to the articulation. Spins complete 360 with no issues. He's in sort of the orange, not orange, he's sort of in the gold and white gear with the beard, so I do like it. Big E looks really, really good. Put him back in the box. Right. And last but not least, we have, because it's New Day, we have ourselves Kofi Kingston. He's not Jamaican anymore. Kofi Kingston here. We have 8 people in chat. Thanks, guys, for being in the chat. And, of course, the back of the packaging. He's in the same gear that you saw Big E in. So I need to find myself a Xavier Woods to complete this 3-pack. I have the 3-pack, which is all 3 together. Yeah, the Star Wars AA, this came to me because OMG, It's Tom Hanks sent me a fan mail box. So he sent me 2 of these, Big E and, of course, Kofi. I have the 3-pack already with Xavier, but they're in the sort of the Bootios gear, which is the teal and pink colored gear, which was a Toys R Us 3-pack. So I did actually have them singular figures. I have them as all one complete set, like the Green Lantern 3-pack, very similar to that. So Kofi, no hindrance on the articulation, head spins 360. He got clipped a little bit by the goatee. Just be careful if you get one for yourself. So I'm happy to get this guy added to my collection. I need to find myself an Xavier just in this color scheme, in this variant outfit, so I have at least a complete set of New Day Pops for there as well. So let me just get them all 3 in the shot here for you. Let me spin it around so you can see it here. Stream looks to be holding pretty good with no issues in the stream. I'm very happy about it. It did not crash again. We're 30 minutes in with no problem. So again, OMG, it's Tom Hanks. Thank you very much for the Pops. There they are right here. And that's his box. I want to thank him again definitely for sending me this box to me. Definitely dug it and enjoyed it. For the people who came into the stream late, Rook 180 is going to be probably this Wednesday. It's going to be, of course, the Aliens Nostromo collection. Unfortunately, like I said, in the beginning of the stream, I had to call an audible. I had to pick up another item. So we're going to be doing AVP as well. So basically, Aliens won it. It beat Stranger Things. So it's going to be, as you see right here, these are 2 that's going to be inside the next Rook 180 episode number 11, which will be tentative this Wednesday. Stranger Things will be rolled probably to the next following one, which will be not episode 12, but episode 13. I think that'd be a good one. No problem, Ultimate. We've just been running for about 20 minutes or so. You can definitely check out the stream on the VOD after it goes up, after this completes. You'll see it go up live from the live broadcast. You'll be able to catch the beginning portion of the actual stream itself. We've done a lot so far. It also depends on this coming Wednesday, depending on how my family member is feeling, because I have to do some things with that person this week. So I'm hoping, if based on certain things, certain issues, everything will be good. So all the main heavy lifting for the stream is done right now. All the unboxing is done. Ultimate, if you did not notice it, I'll hold it up here for you real quick. We did a full unboxing of this guy right here, and I'll show you specifically because you're late. You're late, but that's okay. Inside it was this guy right here. If you were curious, it was a 3-pack of Chip, Guy Gardner, and Kilowog. So if you were curious what was the main item inside that box, it was this right there. And a really cool t-shirt as well. Really sweet t-shirt, Green Lantern Corps. Love the t-shirt. So, all the main stuff for the chat today is done. It's going to be now open forum for you guys. What do you want to talk about? Hit me up in the chat, please. Anything you guys want or that's on your mind, you want to talk about, it's an open format, sort of like Q&A, but we're not going to call it Q&A. Whatever you want to talk about is open game right now. Keep it clean, of course. This is a PG channel. So, I want to do some plugging real quick before I let the questions in. Excuse me. Oh, and also, Ultimate, if you didn't see it, one of the items I got inside the box of OMG Tom Hanks sent me, I got myself a Aquaman from the Funko mystery boxes. And pint-sized heroes, just to give you caught up as well. We got 3 pint-sized heroes. We got ourselves Undertaker. We got ourselves John Cena. And, of course, we have Seth Rollins. So those are the ones that came in his box as well, which were all blind packs. myself and Star Wars and Collecting and Hobbies does a stream twice a month. I talk about it all the time on the chat, all the time on the stream. Excuse me. That we do a podcast for wrestling. I put it in the actual description of the video. I have not yet seen it, AA. I don't know, depending how it looks. Him and I do a podcast bi-monthly now. We do it twice a month, basically. We do it whenever there's a big pay-per-view for WWE. He handles... Hey, Sapphire. She's walking in the background. He handles the WWE side of the actual podcast. I handle the independent stuff. I talk about NJPW. I talk about Ring of Honor stuff. I talk about stuff that's not WWE. I might talk about vintage WWE. I might talk about WCW stuff. More of the, let's say, more of a legacy-based WWE product. Stuff that was done in the 80s, stuff that was done in the 90s, stuff that when AA doesn't talk about. I will actually talk about stuff like Jim Cornette, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express, the Four Horsemen. Stuff like that I might dabble on as well. I know this Friday I have to talk a little bit about Strong Style Evolve, which was the Golden Lovers against the Young Bucks. Very, very good match. Also, we're going to be talking about Zack Sabre Jr. He won the Super Junior tournament over in Japan. So he's the first British champion of the Super Junior Cup. So he actually won that one, which is very, very cool. But we do a podcast. I think I have it here saved. Let me put it here. Here it is. That is the podcast that we go. It's in the show notes. That'll be in the description box of this VOD. You can actually take a look at it there. Basically, him and I do this show, like I said, about twice a month. It's usually between, I would say, hour and a half to 2 hour stream. That's where we normally do it as. It's doing pretty well for us right now. Him and I basically do it just because we both like wrestling. That's the reason why. And I am going to be picking up WrestleMania AA. I'm not going to watch it the way we normally watch it. I'm actually going to pick up the network finally, so I'll be able to actually watch the network. I'm going to shell out the $10. So I figured, why not do it that way? It'd be much easier to watch it that way than to use, let's say, less than optimal means to watch it. Let's put it that way. Any other things you guys want to talk about, please hit me up in the chat. We got 6 people still in chat. Thank you guys for sticking around. We're about 35 minutes into the stream right now. Take a look here. Minimize that. Whatever you guys want to talk about, hit me up, please. Yep. That might be their, they have a show. They have a very, very big show coming. That might be I think that may be the Omega Cody match. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think it might be. Let me take a look here. Hold on. I'll be able to tell you that right now. Give me a second here. Let me take a look here, see what we got. Take a look at Ring of Honor. Take a look here. It's their Super Card of Honor. That's what it is. April 7th. That's in the Uno Lakefront Arena, New Orleans. It makes sense they're doing it in New Orleans because of WrestleMania. That's the Cody and Omega match. Yep. That, in case people are not aware, the name Tenelle Dashwood is the real-life name of Emma for WWE. If you were not sure of who that was, that's who it is. Yep, she's part of the Women of Honor stuff that they're doing. She is in the bracket for they're trying to crown a new women's champion for the Women of Honor. So they're in the process of doing that now. That's a big tournament they have going on. We still have 5 people in chat. Thank you guys for sticking around. The chat was up to about 8 people earlier. I figured some people would come and go, which is not a problem for me. I'm just happy you guys are sticking around. What else would you guys want to talk about, if anything? Please hit me up in the chat. I have a WWE recording right now. I'm going to watch it after the stream so I get caught up on the Go Home show on both Monday and Tuesday. I need to figure out what's going on. I do have my predictions AA for Saturday, or excuse me, for Sunday. Um, yeah, a lot of the Japanese women are they fight as dirty, or if not dirtier, than the men. One thing I've always loved watching is women wrestling. I absolutely love watching, especially, let's say, Japanese women wrestling. The German suplexes they do are just perfect. They're so good. I love them. Love them. We still have 5 people in chat. Thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully more people come back in. Stream's going to run for about another probably 15, 20 more minutes. I see it running that long with no issues. The stream did not break this time, which I'm very, very happy about. That's good for me. I definitely have to report that Ring of Honor show with AA when we do our wrestling return stuff, when we do our video, our podcast, rather. Any other thing you guys want to talk about? Hit me up, please, so we can actually do some more stuff with the stream. I was happy to knock out the rest of the stuff that we had here, so I was really, really happy about that. Excellent. Nothing else popped. Good. So we have 5 people still in stream. Don't know when they're going to be doing any more of the subscription boxes in retail for Funko. There has not been any word yet on it. Still waiting for them to find out. AA, I don't think Balor's going to win it. There was a leak that leaked out several weeks prior that Seth Rollins will be defending the IC title against Balor. So I know that Miz is probably going to be losing the belt, mainly because I think he wants some time off with his new baby girl. It's probably going to be Rollins and Balor in the next pay-per-view, which I think is what, Backlash? I think it's either Backlash, something like that. But they're already talking about that Rollins is going to be winning the belt. I don't think Balor is going to be winning it right now, unfortunately. Stuff with AJ does not look good. He has been reported with a knee injury. He is physically hurt. They said basically he'd have to cut off his leg for him to miss that event. So they're doing everything they can to prep him to get his knee at least, up to working that type of match. It looks to be, unfortunately, an MCL. It looks to be a bad knee injury. It's just stuff that basically, I don't know if it was bad as what caused Rollins' knee issue, but it doesn't look good right now. Originally, I had going into that match predicting AJ's going to win the belt, but I don't know right now. If they do something, they might pull the belt off of AJ only because he's hurt. That might be something they're going to do. Going into Backlash, I see a program working with Nakamura and Daniel Bryan. I think that would be the direction they're going to go into. That's what I think they're going to go. But right now, he is wrestling hurt. AJ is legitimately hurt right now, if you were not aware. He is actually really hurt. Bad. Which is just unfortunate. Cool. Average view duration right now is about 13 minutes. And it peaked at 9 people. That's awesome. We're doing pretty good right now. Are you going to laugh? OMG, I have actually seen that movie. I've actually saw the Johnny Depp movie, Secret Window. And I actually liked it. I believe it was a Stephen King book. I believe. I think it was. OMG, was it a Stephen... I think it was a Stephen King book. I think. Let me take a look here. Hold on. Check the handy-dandy phone here. I think Secret Window was a Stephen King novel. I think. I'm probably wrong. Yep, it was Stephen King. Yeah, it was Stephen King. I actually did see that movie. It was actually a good movie. If you guys have not yet seen this movie, definitely take a look at Gotham by Gaslight. It is one of the DC animated movies. It is a very, very, very good animated movie. I would say one of their better ones. It's basically, imagine Gotham in, let's say, the late 18 to early 1900s, where basically Batman is there. You have the original, let's say you would have Batman's in it, Poison Ivy's in it, Gordon's in it, and Catwoman is in it, and Alfred. Hey, Safi, how's it going? There's the cat. Um, but definitely take a look at Gotham by Gaslight. It's basically Batman versus Jack the Ripper. That's the theme for this actual story. It is an original homegrown product they had out of DC. Not yet. Not yet Ultimate. It's on my list. I'm going to be seeing it probably, hopefully, end of the weekend. I'm going to be seeing Pacific Rim probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Yep, it was a movie. They actually made it into a movie. The Gotham by Gaslight is, as OMG just said, it was an actual trade paperback. It was an original product they had. Uh, they translated it from the graphic novel into an actual animated movie. Very, very good. OMG, are you talking about the Secret Window, or are you talking about the Gotham by Gaslight? I actually like the Gotham by Gaslight. Has a nice twist in it. Very, very good movie. Keeps you entertained. It works really, really well. I definitely love it. If you were curious, this shirt does say The Dark Side. I got it out, I think, of when Nerd Block was going out of business is when I got that particular shirt. So I'm very, very happy about this shirt. Very cool shirt. But definitely check out Gotham by Gaslight. If you've never seen it, definitely take a look at the animated movie. I did see The Killing Joke a few weeks ago. If you've never, I've never read The Killing Joke yet, and I actually have the trade paperback on my shelf here to read. But the beginning portion of the Killing Joke animated movie has a whole big section with Batgirl in it that has nothing to do with anything inside the Killing Joke at all. Zero of it. A lot of people really bashed that movie. I did enjoy it for some of it. From what I've heard, it's probably one of the darkest and best Batman reads ever. I don't know yet because I haven't read it. I did read a book that if you're a Batman fan, definitely take a look at something called The Long Halloween. It's a maxi series, 12 issue, ran for a full year, 12 issue run book. It's basically a serial killer that kills. He's known as the holiday killer. He kills a person, I don't know, every holiday. It was okay, AA. If you have to take at it with a grain of salt. Where the source material, they didn't have enough stuff to make this animated movie, so they had to tack on a whole beginning portion was never in the actual story. Yeah, it was a kind of short. It was, like I said, it was kind of short. The trade paperback is very, very dark, very, very gritty. But the Long Halloween, I wish they would make that into an animated movie. It would be rather long, because it was 12 issues. It was a really, really, really good comic. If you've never read it, definitely take a look at it. I would say it's probably one of the best Batman stories, aside from Killing Joke and The Dark Knight. Those are the two best Batman stories ever told. If you're looking for, let's say, a good Green Lantern story, definitely take a look at Green Lantern Rebirth. That was pretty good. It'll get you caught up to what's going on with Green Lantern. If you wanted something a little more dark, definitely take a look at what's called Blackest Night. It was Jeff Johns' run. It was his culmination of his series he ran for many, many years. The Blackest Night was, I think it was a 7-issue maxi series, and then had spin-off issues inside the Green Lantern universe. It had everything to do with inside DC. Basically, it was what they had what was called the Black Lanterns. Think of it as, let's say, zombies. It was their take on zombies, where they would power up. Instead of being powered by, let's say, some type of energy, they would be powered by killing people and ripping out their hearts. That's how they got power. That's how they grew in power. And every time, basically, anyone who was dead was brought back to life. It was a really, really good trade paperback. I highly, highly recommend it. See, my thing didn't pop. I got another sub. My thing didn't pop. I don't know why. I don't know why this guy right here, for whatever reason, doesn't want to work. It's probably something in the code. The little box, little guitar guy will pop on a second on your screen. I don't know why mine doesn't. Hey, Toronto, how's it going, sir? What got me into Green Lantern? What got me into Green Lantern was back in the 90s. A buddy of mine, my best friend back then, was a massive, massive, massive Batman fan. I mean, I'd always call him, we always used to call him Batman because he acted so much like Batman. Very, very grim, very, very stern, very cynical. at times. And I was looking to get into a book, and I didn't know what book I wanted. I saw Green Lantern back in the old Super Friend days. I liked him back then. Um, yep, yep, yeah. It's a special one. Yep, it's a special figure in that one, I believe. But to answer Toronto's question, I was looking for a book. I started reading a little bit of Nightwing, started reading a little bit of Robin, but I wanted something different, and he introduced me to a special book that came out that particular month, which was part of Emerald Twilight number 48. If you're not familiar, Emerald Twilight number 48 is the book that Ron Mars and Daryl Banks started their new run at that time in the late 90s to take Hal Jordan, because the books had such bad sales that they were looking for any type of way to boost sales in the book. So they shook the book up to its core. And what they decided to do was make Hal Jordan go crazy. Made him become evil. That's how they shook it up. Favorite Batman movie? Favorite Batman movie, favorite Joker. I definitely like. I have to go with the Nolan stuff, the Dark Knight. I love that stuff. I love the Joker for that. Actually, draw a blank on his name now. Wow, I'm a bad streamer. Heath Ledger. Wow. Tell you how bad I am. Heath Ledger. I loved his Joker, which was funny because when I knew about the movie was coming out, it was very, very off-put with Heath Ledger's trying to play Joker. I thought he wouldn't make a good Joker. Boy, was I wrong. I loved his Joker. I think that was probably one of the best takes of Joker we ever saw. A guy who just wants to see the world burn. Someone who's completely sociopathic, completely crazy, completely off the deep end. Loved Heath Ledger's Joker. Absolutely loved it. But the whole Green Lantern stuff, to go back to that, let me spin back to that real quick. Basically, that's when both Ron Mars and Daryl Banks shook the book up and decided to basically make Hal Jordan go crazy and created that Parallax character. Parallax was him going into the power battery after he killed all the cores. There was a book, I think issue 49, had a ring in each one of his fingers. So he's like going, he's basically, he killed all the Guardians, he killed the entire Green Lantern Corps, killed everybody. And what basically led up to that was Coast City got destroyed, which was his hometown. He wanted to rebuild the city. He was told by the Guardians, no, you can't do this. The Guardians tried to bring him in to basically strip him of his ring, and he just didn't want any of that. So he stepped into the power battery. He killed Sinestro, killed Kilowog, killed everybody, killed all the Guardians except Ganthet. And he went into the power battery and became out as Parallax, what we saw as Parallax. Parallax, Jeff Johns spun it as making this fear entity and started the whole emotional spectrum stuff. That's what sort of swung the emotional spectrum thing with these beings, these entity beings that were driven by one of the emotional pieces of the spectrum. You had will, fear, avarice, rage, compassion, love. All these big core emotions made these avatars, these entities that were driven by those powers. And the funny thing is, the new Green Lantern in issue 50 came about, which was Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner at the time was the last Green Lantern. He was given a ring by Ganthet, the last Guardian. The ring never found him. He was given a ring. He was known as the Torchbearer, if you're not familiar with Green Lantern lore. They did a lot with Kyle Rayner. He did a whole lot with the books. He helped reignite the power battery when he was known as a character called Ion. He basically was the embodiment of the will entity. He was on power level of Superman. That's how powerful Kyle Rayner was. He was like Omega level superhero. He was at the level of Superman. He had power where he could be anywhere, anytime. He could split himself into multiple beings. Let's say one guy is saving someone in Africa. He could be in another sector of space saving somebody. He could split himself into copies and do all this stuff. He was extremely powerful. Silly levels of power. Absolutely crazy levels of power. So, I mean, it was really, really cool with the whole Kyle Rayner, having this ion-based stuff, which is kind of cool what they did down the road. We have about maybe 5 or 6 minutes left. Anything else you guys want to talk about or want to know about? Toronto, thanks for coming in the stream. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, sir. Rook 180 is going to be Wednesday's video. If you're not familiar with Rook 180, since you're a new subscriber, I attempt to review a product, usually a blind box, like these guys right here, in 3 minutes or less. If I can do that, those blind boxes and an item out of my collection will not be lost. But if I cannot review an item, full unboxing, that means showing the box, showing the packaging, showing everything inside the box, showing articulation, show accessories. If I cannot do that in 3 minutes or less, I lose those guys and I lose an item up for bid for my collection. That goes out to a viewer. You just have to write in the actual comments that you want either one or two items. There'll be usually two items up for grabs, usually when I do a Rook 180. The only thing that is a fortunate thing is it's only open to U.S. residents. Only because it's extremely expensive if I lose the challenge to ship out something to international people. To ship out a box, let's say this big, this high, that weighs about the size of this cup here, it's going to cost me $50 to ship that thing out. It's extremely expensive to ship stuff out internationally, at least for the time being, until I get back into the workforce. I'm currently unemployed only because the job I had back in October was the entire company was downsized. I had severance pay. Currently I have a nice savings stipends right now that I put aside for myself. So I'm trying to get back into the workforce. But right now, currently it's only U.S.-based residents. So unfortunately, if you are a non-U.S. resident, if I lose a challenge, the giveaway is only for U.S. residents. Just because it's so expensive to ship out the product, I have to keep it U.S. So Wednesday is going to be Rook 180, definitely. I have plans. I'll kind of give you guys a little sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing for my second year anniversary. My first year anniversary was on July 4th. I started this channel out, Toronto, if you're not familiar, if you're not watching any of my other videos yet. I started this channel on July 4th, 2016. Last year, on 2017, July 4th, I did gift cards. I did 4 different gift cards, different values. A lot of my well-known subscribers now. Another person subscribed. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thing didn't pop up again. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's busted. Hey, Jason, how's it going, sir? Thank you for coming to the channel. Oh, there it goes. It popped up finally. It finally worked. About damn time. Woohoo! Should pop up on the screen in a second, guys. So, for the 2017 when I did gift cards, for the 2018 anniversary, I'm going to do my best to talk to Tate's Comics. Hopefully he'll sponsor this sort of idea. And the idea I want to propose to him, this is kind of breaking news so you guys will know, is the idea I have is to have 3 items, 3 different things, with a box under each one when I do the anniversary video on July 4th. What's going to happen is there'll be 3 boxes listed A, B, and C. There'll be 3 different items. I'm going to be putting out videos for that month, probably a video every few days, and there'll be a letter. Awesome, Jason. Glad for you to come to the channel. I keep my channel rather kid-friendly. There's usually no vulgarity in my channel, no sexual innuendos on my channel. It's something that I try priding myself to keep my content as clean as possible. So the idea basically is to have these 3 boxes. You don't have a clue what's under these 3 boxes. As I put out videos for that particular month, a letter will flash on the screen. I'm not going to tell you where it's going to flash or what time code is going to be in the video, but you'll see a letter that will appear on the screen. X amount of letters will be there. After whatever the last set of letters go up, you can send me an email at rookgeekgoodness@gmail.com when it goes up and say, I want to be entered for the giveaway for box. I want box A or box B or box C. And the first person who gives me it gets their shot at that box. I'll send you either you're good to get this item or you can't get this item. People do watch, Jason. My subscriber base right now is a little weird, to say the least. My subscriber count, as you see on the screen right now, shows 1585. That's not really how many subscribers I have. I would say it's more like 1,100. I think about a third of my subscribers are what are called dead subs, meaning someone at one time subscribed to the channel, no longer watches myself, and never unsubscribed. So my subscriber count is rather inflated. The problem is that since my subscriber count is rather high, usually they say about 10% of what you have for subscribers would you make in views for a video. So at this number here, that means each video should be putting about 158 views per video. Talk about what, Jason? Excuse me. So normally I have about 10% subscribers for views. So it should be about 158 views per video. That's not necessarily always the case. It usually depends on what video I put out. Some of my subscribers like my unboxing videos. Some of them like my toy hunts. Some of them like me doing action figure reviews more than others. So my subscribers are all kind of all over the place. A lot of them came from, let's say, a group called Amino. There's an Amino group. I don't do any video game playing on my channel. My channel is mainly for, let's say, unboxing videos, Funko products, action figure reviews, toy hunts. I do the Rook 180s. Now I do streaming. I introduced streaming now. Not that I dislike video games. I absolutely love them. I usually am a very, very bad player. I'm not the greatest video game player at all, in any way, shape, or form. I'm okay at, let's say, shooters. I like RPGs. It's just that most of the time, I'm not the best video game player. Good Easter. Well, actually, it was a better Easter than most. I had a sick family member. As I mentioned, you just popped into to the stream. They've been in the hospital for about 6 days. They had a very, very, very bad infection. They were just released on Saturday. I've had a whole lot of time to myself, unfortunately. I've been taking care of this person for about 8 to 10 hours every single day. Even this morning, I was there taking care of them. I got done about 3:30, 4 o'clock today. So I've been prepping for the stream since 8 p.m. on to get ready for the stream today. So if you're curious. Take a look, make sure the stream's okay. About 13 minutes per people. Excellent. Take a look at the numbers here. But thank you for coming into the stream. We do streaming usually every Monday night is when I do my streaming now. Thank you, Toronto. Yeah, especially being a kid, that's kind of a bad thing in my opinion. Um, I try to keep everything kind of on the up and up. I'm very, very stringent on what I do with my stream, especially when there's kids in place. I usually don't have I have a no tolerance policy. If someone is showing vulgarity or someone's being rude, I kick them out immediately. I do not play games when it comes to things like this. I try to have a very open and friendly sort of structure in place. You definitely should, Jason. Absolutely. And Toronto, yeah, I love my Funko unboxing, the mystery box stuff. Love doing it. I definitely like doing the GameStop boxes. The problem with the GameStop boxes, they're very, very, very rare that GameStop does them. They usually do them, let's say, I think they do them quarterly, one every 3 months or so, usually. The last one I had was the Black Friday box. Excuse me, last year. That video did very, very good for me. I'm waiting for the next box to come out. I know they're doing a Star Wars box from what I've heard. I think they're doing a Marvel box as well. This might be the shift I was talking about, losing the Funko boxes and to go down that road. This might be their transition to put them out in GameStop. Because Toys R Us, as we all know, is now gone. All Toys R Us have closed their doors as far as them downsizing their groups and closing all their branches. They're going to be going away, unfortunately. Now, there is going to be, from what I heard, Black Friday, they're having what are called pop-up stores in your local mall. They're bringing back KB Toys. That's right, the old school KB Toys that we knew back in the late 80s, late 90s, let's say late 80s, early 90s. They're coming back, at least for Black Friday, for about maybe 2 months or so. They're going to be around. They have 1,000 stores that are opening, and then the stores that do the best are probably going to be open and left open. Very, very cool. I remember, back in the day, even though I'm Jewish, we used to do egg hunts and things like that. I used to do egg hunts when I was a kid. So I remember things like that when I was a kid. Very, very fun. Yeah, views are hard to come by nowadays, especially with YouTube changing how they did everything. To be monetized, meaning to have a channel that gets monetization, unfortunately, the biggest problem is subscribers and watch time in minutes. To be monetized now by YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours concurrent watch time in 12 months, meaning you have to have about 20,000 minutes in a month over a course of a year will net you 4,000 hours of watch time. I'm on the other side of this fence. I have the 1,000 subs as you currently see. I just don't have the 4,000 hours of watch time to be monetized again. So far, AA, the only thing I've gotten so far from them for liquidation, nothing for the liquidation. I picked a couple pieces up before the liquidation actually dropped. I got a race car, which was like a light bricks, me and my girlfriend got, and it's a mechanical sort of like catapult. Because we were watching, it was a reality show. It was there was a race, the race reality show. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. The We watched that one, and one of the items they had and one of the challenges was a trebuchet, which was like a catapult. It was the closest thing we could find to a catapult. So it gave us very fond memories of that, and I really thought it'd be a cool idea to get. The problem I have, AA, with the liquidation right now is the discount that they have is so low, it doesn't really warrant buying anything at Toys R Us right now. The Legos are 5% off. 5%, that's it. Yeah, Jason, don't worry about that. I was eventually dabbling to do a Patreon. I have not yet decided if I want to go down that road. To me, it feels like begging, but I'm not at that road yet to do. Oh, cool, Toronto. As far as the Black Friday box, it's weird. Speaking of that video, Toronto, I don't know why that video blew up. If you type in GameStop Black Friday box, I'm the 4th highest viewed person on YouTube for that particular box. I don't know why. Hey, Lindsay, how's it going? I'm going to do a little overrun for a little bit on the stream, just because a couple people came in and I got some new subscribers on my channel. Lindsay, you should be doing some more Green Lantern stuff on your site. Doing some more Green Lantern logos. I love your stuff. It's weird, I don't know why, but the sticky part on the magnet on the top of the Green Lantern logo came off. Let me grab it real quick here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to grab it so you can see what Lindsay's work is. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. So, if you're not familiar, Lindsay Geeked Out is a subscriber of mine, and she has a kind of a craft site she does. This is what kind of stuff she actually makes. She made me a Green Lantern logo. Unfortunately, the sticky part on the back here popped off. So I just need to put some crazy glue on it, Lindsay. It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. It still sticks to my refrigerator, which is where I have it. If you guys want to, she actually does make things like this. It's something that I could not make. I could not make something like this. I'm not artistic in any way, shape, or form. I couldn't make anything like this sort of stuff. Cool, OMG. It's pretty cool. I was actually advising maybe she should do like maybe the Sinestro Corps logo or a different Corps logo. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. Like I said, I couldn't make this stuff. Not in any way, shape, or form. I'm not that skilled. I don't have that type of skill. I don't know why. Hey, Hector, how's it going, sir? Yeah, Jackie, from what I've seen, they do have a 30% discount. It's very select items. They're usually like a little island in the middle of the store somewhere where they're very, very cheap stuff. Sort of a little knockoff stuff. It's not great stuff. That's the 30% off that they're saying up to 30%. I've never seen it yet. Let me see here. Get caught up in the chat. Will DC be planning a new Green Lantern for the future? Hector, from what I've heard, they're going to be doing a new Green Lantern movie tentatively in 2020. That's what I've heard. Do I know who's directing it? No, I don't. No problem, Jason. Do I know who's going to be doing it? No, I don't. Not yet. There's been lots of talks. At one point, they said that Tom Cruise was in the running. I think that'd be a very, very bad idea. I don't think they should. I think it should be more of a buddy cop sort of movie. That's what That's what I personally think. That's what they should do. Now, are they going to go that road? I don't know, but that's what I've heard. Heard. I think that'd be a very cool idea. I'm gonna take a look at the stream statistics here. We have 8 people in the chat still. We have 9 people in the chat. Wow, doing pretty good. But that's what I've heard so far, Hector. I don't know what they're going to be doing. Yeah, Jackie. And it's even worse where the Legos are only 5% off. There's a Lego set that I want to get my hands on. It's the A-Wing. It's one of my favorite ships in Star Wars. It's the A-Wing set. It's a newer one. I think Lando is in that set, I believe. No, not mine, AA. Not mine at all. My Legos are 5% off. Action figures are 10. That's what I saw. I was there 3 days ago when I checked. Which kind of stinks. I wish it was more, but unfortunately it is not. So currently that's what they have there. For all the new subscribers who just joined the chat, if you're not familiar, I'll kind of mention it again. Myself and Star Wars Collecting and Hobbies. You'll see him. He just wrote the little chat a second ago. Him and I do a podcast. We do it about twice a month. It's called Worldwide Wrestling Podcast. Here is the link to it. No Ryan Reynolds. No Ryan Reynolds. And I can't really blame the guy, only because look what he had to work with. He had a horrible script. He had a horrible director. It really technically wasn't his fault per se. Now, did they cast the wrong guy? Yes. To me, he's not a good Hal Jordan in any way, shape, or form. I would say Nathan Fillion from, let's say, Firefly would be a very good Hal Jordan. I could see him as Hal Jordan. Absolutely. Absolutely. But not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. The Deadpool character was based on Ryan Reynolds. One of the driving factors they made was him. Yeah, 5% really isn't that big of a deal. If you're looking at I think the Lego set I was looking at was $42.99. At 5%, you're looking at $2.50. That's it. Because at 10%, it would be $4.20. So I mean, it's not worth the money. It really isn't. I've listened to the Stone Cold stuff on YouTube, not on the actual podcast itself. Like I said, me and AA do the actual podcast. We do it bi-monthly now. He handles the WWE stuff. I handle all the independent stuff, New Japan stuff, the Ring of Honor stuff I'll talk about. I'll talk about vintage WWE, the 80s stuff WWE, the 90s stuff WWE. I'll talk WCW. I'll talk, like I said before in the beginning of the stream, I'll talk Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, The Four Horsemen. I'll talk old school stuff that I remember watching growing up, and stuff that I love. But that we do the podcast. Him and I basically do it. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours usually. Well, Stone Cold was a wrestler, so he has credibility. I'm just I'm a mark. I'm a hack. Jason, to burst your bubble, I'm not an NFL guy. I liked the NFL years and years and years ago. I liked it when there was a player on the Detroit Lions named Barry Sanders. If you're not familiar with Barry Sanders, definitely take a look at the guy. The guy was extremely classy, really cool dude. Loved the guy. Made people look like an idiot. He was a running back, had a lot of titles, had a lot of stuff. NBA, no. When it comes to traditional sports, I'm not that guy. I'm a wrestling fan. I love old school wrestling. No, NBL. You're talking hockey? NHL? No. I watched a little bit of hockey back in the day, but again, not a big sports guy. I'm a wrestling guy. I always love wrestling stuff. That's the stuff that I'm into. That's why him and I talk about that a lot. We also do. I've been a guest on another podcast, which was called the First Jedi Temple Podcast, First Jedi Podcast. Him and I do that one every once in a while. He's done it a lot more. We're in the both myself and AA have done. We're doing a show called, basically, it's a collecting show. AA, if you want to plug it, you're more than welcome to plug it in the chat, if you're still in the chat, hopefully. We do a collecting show where we talk about older properties. We'll talk some vintage stuff. I sort of guest on that one as well. We'll talk old collectibles and toys. We'll talk action figures. We'll talk, let's say, stuff from, let's say, Transformers, Mask, G.I. Joe, Silverhawks, Mask. We'll talk all old school properties, stuff that we talk about. That's a fairly new podcast. I think we've only done maybe one, maybe two episodes at the most right now. It's something that it's sort of a work in progress, all the podcasts that we do. But the main one that I'm happy about is the Worldwide Wrestling Podcast, the WWWP podcast. So him and I do that one, like I said, we do it twice a month. Yep. So if you type in this into the stream, as you saw this here, so let me just grab it here. Hold on. Let me just add that to the chat. 1 second here. I can do that. Give me a second here. 121204. If you're curious of the collecting show, that is the collecting show that myself and Collecting Hobby has started as well. Like I said, it's not as many episodes. I think there's maybe one, maybe two episodes at the most. I think. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Oh, that's for the First Jedi podcast? Second here. Hold on. Get the little chat to pop back up. Boop. There we go. There's the Collecting Hobbies one. Perfect. There it is. Cover that one here. Why did the Young Bucks get so huge? Cause to quote Matt Hardy, they're spot monkeys. I don't know why they got so huge. We only have the first episode for the inaugural one. Cool. I don't know why they got so huge. They're good in the ring. The Young Bucks are very good in the ring. They do a lot of high spots. Let's admit it. They said they can't sell. If you're not familiar, the Young Bucks are a tag team on the independent scene. They're not in WWE. Matt Jackson, I believe at one time, was in a couple dark matches in WWE. But he was never signed for WWE. He works Ring of Honor. He works New Japan Pro Wrestling. He works Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. He works a lot of the independent stuff. That's what he does. But currently, Matt Jackson is suffering from a very, very, very bad back issue. He hurt his back. I think at the Wrestle Kingdom event is where he hurt his back, I believe. I think he was legitimately hurt. Okay. So yeah, so my CNH episode is going to be going up sometime soon. Again, that's something that him and I did sporadically. He has other people who does the Collecting Hobby show, but the WWWP podcast is something that him and I exclusively do, and it's something I usually plug on the stream all the time. Especially because I try talking about a lot of different things on the stream. If you weren't familiar, all the new people, Jason and Toronto, if you didn't see the last stream, and Hector, for all my new subscribers, I did a kind of not a rant, but it was a debate between Star Wars and Star Trek. It seems to be a disconnect between both franchises, where people usually are at each other's throats all the time. I don't know why. And that was one thing I was posing at in the actual. Hey, gentlemen, I have the stream still going. I have an overrun going right now. It's something that I wanted to discuss. I think I thought it was a good discussion to have. I don't think he's playing in another Batman movie. I don't even know if he's going to be in the next Suicide Squad movie, to be quite honest. Jared Leto is very, very weird for the Joker role. I don't know why they took the Joker in that direction. I'm not quite sure why they made him like that. I think they're going to make another replacement. I think, I can't remember who. There's been rumors for the next Joker. I'm trying to see if I can do some research real quick here to try to figure out who's playing the next Joker role. I heard rumblings for this. I heard Joaquin Phoenix has takes for the next role as well. I heard about that one. I did hear about Joaquin Phoenix. There was an action star guy who's been in talks as well. Very cool gentleman. But I don't think Leto's going to be in the next one. I really don't. I don't think he'll be the next Joker. I don't think he'll be redoing his Joker role. Suicide Squad, to me, I thought it was an okay movie. My girlfriend loved it. She loved Harley Quinn. When she sees Harley Quinn now, that's her interpretation of Harley Quinn with the blue and pink pigtails. and the bat and the short little shorts and the lace. That's her interpretation of Harley Quinn now. That's not my interpretation of Harley Quinn. My interpretation of Harley Quinn is the Harley Quinn that we saw, the Jester Harley Quinn, the one that we well know. If you're not familiar, Harley Quinn was never really created for DC. She was created with Paul Dini and Bruce Timm created Harley Quinn for the Batman animated series TV show. That's when Harley Quinn was created. They liked the character so much for DC, they rolled her over in continuity and linked her whole backstory with the Joker. That's what they did because of the actual animated show. Nope, I agree, OMG, 100%. Absolutely agree. After Ledger left us on this mortal coil, no, he was the premier Joker as far as I'm concerned. He even beats out Nicholson. I love me some Joker, but that basically was, in my opinion, the top tier. He was the echelon when it came to Joker. He nailed that role perfectly. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. I loved him as Joker. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let me see here. Is there anything else about Joker here? I thought it was, I think it's Jay Gyllenhaal was rumored to be Joker next. I heard that. Let me see if that's correct here. I heard rumbling. That's what I heard. I could be wrong. Can't find it. Oh well. I heard Jake Gyllenhaal. I think it's Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that's his name. I think that's his name. I probably got his name wrong. This one right here? Yeah, there he is. I think he's going to be Joker. I heard he's in talks. Yeah, it's been quoted at the end of, let's say, last year. They were talking about that. Absolutely. The 60s Joker, back in the day, gentlemen, they made him as literally as a clown. That's what he was made at back then. That was the old school 66 Joker. Agreed, Toronto. When you hear Joker's voice, that's Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is the Joker voice that we know and love now, at least in the animated. Any type of Joker shows up in an animated cartoon or animated movie, we always, at least I gravitate to hearing Mark Hamill. He is the premier Joker, at least in my opinion. That's what I'm used to. Absolutely. Absolutely. We had a nice little overrun going right now. We'll run it for about another 10 more minutes and I'll cut the stream. I was running for about an hour and a half today. Very, very happy with that. Very, very happy. Absolutely happy. 7 people watching the stream right now. Very, very cool. Again, it's going to run for about another, I want to say another 10 minutes or so. I didn't have any issues with the buffer either, so I'm very happy about that. Why did I name the channel Rook Geek Goodness? When I was creating the channel, I used the name Rook all the time when I played mobile games. When I played a lot of mobile games, I liked the name Rook. That's what I always picked. I needed something that had a kind of geeky sense to it, and I thought Geek Goodness. Just Rook Geek Goodness flows pretty good. I'm in my early 40s, Jason, if you wanted to know. If you're talking the Arkham, or OMG, you're talking the Arkham games? Because if you're talking the Arkham games, that's Mark Hamill. No, you're not rude, Jason. It's all good. Yep, OMG, if you were curious, in all the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games, that was actually Mark Hamill who did that voice. When did I start collecting Pops? I started collecting Pops about, I want to say 5 years ago. The first Pops I've gotten, I've talked about it before at length, were the Big Bang Theory Pops. I love the Big Bang Theory TV show. I still love the show. It's not as good as it was years ago, unfortunately. That was my first Pops I ever owned. They're now out of box, unfortunately. The box I threw away because back then I was a complete out-of-box collector. I did not care about the boxes. Now I've known and accepted that I like both in-box Pops and out-of-box Pops. I would see them making a Hulk movie before they make an Iron Man movie, only because of Martin Downey is probably not going to be coming back. I think he's done. I haven't heard about that one, Jace. I think they're going to be phasing out Iron Man to bring the girl in who's in the new Iron Man continuity. They're going to be phasing out Cap, of course, to bring in either transitioning Cap over to Bucky or transitioning him over to Falcon, who was Captain America in Marvel. I heard rumblings that even Miss Marvel might become Captain America as well. Again, I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy. I actually have the splattered Predator, but the one I have is the glow in the dark Hot Topic one. Um, I don't see them doing an Iron Man 4. I don't think Robert Downey's coming back. I know his contract, I believe, is up, unless he got an extension, or they paid him even way, way, way more money. So I don't know. I think he's done. I know that Cap is gone. I know that Chris Evans is gone. I know that he ran his course for all his movies. I think he's done. I think in Infinity Wars, I think Iron Man is going to be dying, and Captain America is going to be dying in that movie. No problem, Drew. Not a problem at all. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that. That's what I've heard. I don't know what they're doing. I was a big fan of Ragnarok, the Thor Ragnarok movie. I loved that movie. Nope. OMG. Nope, not at all. They're bold. I'm a predicting guy when it comes to wrestling. That's what I do. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're gonna kill off Cap and kill off Iron Man. And I think they're doing it not because of. I don't think they're doing it because of story ramifications. I think they're doing it because their contracts are coming up or expiring. This gives Marvel the next phase of the Marvel movies, the next ones they do. It gives them an out to start switching their cast around for the next group of Marvel movies. This gives them an out, so to speak. This is like when you watch, let's say, a TV show, a long running series TV show, and the actors are in contract negotiations. So the actor might not come back for the next season. This is sort of what they're doing with the new Avengers movies, is because all their contracts have either expired or coming up to expire. Um, Killing off Thanos, I don't think they're going to be doing it yet. I don't. He's of course the big bad in this movie. I don't think they're going to be killing him in the. Remember, this the Avengers movie is a two-part movie. It's Infinity Wars Part One and Part Two. So Part One comes out this year in what? I think it comes out in a few weeks, I believe. And I think in May we're getting Deadpool, I believe. But I think definitely they're going to be making some big shakeups in that movie. Absolutely. Uh, Toronto, I agree. It gave them a perfect out to actually kill Leia, but because the script was already written after she passed away, this kind of threw and had to do a lot of reshoots for the changes for the new Star Wars movie that J.J. Abrams is going to be doing now. Uh, I am the big critic when it comes to the Last Jedi movie. I absolutely hated it. I didn't like the movie at all. I'm very, very cynical with it. A lot of stuff that they did in that movie, I did not like. Absolutely. I thought it was very, very bad. I could see her training Ray, but the biggest problem I had, though, and this is the issue I. Hey, Abram, how's it going, sir? The biggest problem I had with the whole stuff with Ray's training was too quick in the movie. I didn't like Leia having all the Force powers, only because she might be Force sensitive, but we've never seen her really doing any Jedi-esque things in the movies. Yes, she has communications with her brother. She can feel Luke. She can feel disturbances in the Force. But we never seen her wield a lightsaber. We never seen her lifting objects with the Force. To doing all these things that she did radically in a span of a second, I don't agree with. I think that's bad writing. I agree, Toronto. I think it was very, very bad. I did not like The Last Jedi. Myself and collecting hobbies, We did a full review of The Last Jedi. I was very, very cynical with it. I bashed the movie absolutely. I did not like a lot of stuff in that movie. I think they had big big plans, but because of this new director, instead of taking J.J. Abrams' vision and following it all the way through this course, the director decided to take Abrams' stuff and literally throw it in the trash. The reveal about Rey's parents was horrible. Killing Luke in the way they did was absolutely atrocious. You have a character that is created back in the late 60s, early 70s. He's over 40 years old now. Yeah, he's over 40 years old. And to take him out in that sense was horrible. I agree also. They should not have killed Snoke. Whole Snoke's backstory needed to be explored. The things they did with Snoke were stupid. He was a guy that was on level, on par, literally with, let's say, the Emperor for power. But they killed him in such a very, very it didn't have a lot of payout. Instead of killing him in a way that was very, very reminiscent or very inspiring, they killed him in a very, very bad way. The payout was not there. It was very, very stupid to do. And I'm not a big fan, unfortunately, of Kylo Ren. I hate the character. I can see that. I can see her being fully trained. Absolutely. And if they would have killed off Luke in 9 and becomes a new leader, I have no problem with that at all. I have no problem with that at all. Absolutely zero problem. Zero problem with that. Very anticlimactic. That's what I was looking for, Toronto. Thank you. Very anticlimactic at all. Very anticlimactic. I think that was very, very bad. The payout was not there. I've always saw that movie one time and I will not see it again. I did not like that movie at all. I hated The Last Jedi. Yep. I got you. Yeah, I absolutely hated the movie. I thought it was horrible. I absolutely hated The Last Jedi. I thought people, at least from what I've seen, are very split, divided with that movie. You either love it or you hate it. I did not like that movie. The whole plot point with Finn and Rose going out to get a cracker was stupid. A code cracker was horrible. That whole plot point was redundant. If Holdo would have just simply let Finn and the group know what was going on. You didn't need that point at all. That was horrible. You have a mutiny on your hands now. It's horrible. I will not buy a hard copy of it. I will not buy that movie. I will not sink any money into that movie. I have a couple pops. I have I'm drawing the name blank on the little penguin guys. I have one of them with his wings open, which was a Target exclusive. I have that one. I have a Snoke that I got because I got it out of a subscription box. I don't have a whole lot of The Last Jedi stuff as far as memorabilia, toys, action figures, pops. Very, very little. I didn't like it at all. Porg, thank you. I drew a blank on the name. It was Porg. Now, of course, we knew the Porgs were just basically there for just, for memorabilia. That's all it was really there for. I'm thinking of a penguin, but it's a Porg. I think that was so bad with the Porgs. Horrible. Horrible. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Will not watch that movie again. I am, yes, very cynical. I'm giving you my opinion on it. Did not like it at all. Hey, South, how's it going? Basically, that's what the Ewoks were also. It was all a cash-in for memorabilia. That's all it was. Unfortunately. Not a, of course, my favorite Star Wars movie out of them all was I liked Empire. Everybody loves Empire because the bad guys won. I think the problem you're running into in that situation, Hector, is the different production houses. The Fantastic Four are owned by Fox. So Marvel Studios, if they wanted to do something, they want to bring Galactus in versus Thanos, the problem you run into is you have two different production houses doing something. The only time they've had so far a collaboration was with Spider-Man Homecoming. Sony and Marvel did that property. Now with Fox being bought out by Marvel, this may change. I don't know. I don't know because Fox basically was bought out by Marvel Studios. So I think they bought. I believe Marvel Studios bought that out. I could be speaking out the left side of my mouth. I think they did. I don't have a new job yet, unfortunately. I didn't propose to anybody, actually. I don't know who Rosa is. It's not my birthday. My birthday is. Woo, um, we're in we're in April now. My birthday's in like 3 or 4 months. I don't have a broken foot. So, so guys, the stream's been running for an hour and a half. I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream in a couple minutes now. I think we're at that point. Yeah. So it might have been Disney, but remember Disney owns Marvel. So if Disney buys Fox, they own Marvel too. So it's all could be encompassed into one production house. So hopefully they could. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if they did. Thanos versus Galactus. It'd be an interesting fight. Does he have the Infinity Gauntlet? That's the first question. If he doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, then all bets are off. So I don't know. I knew that Fox got bought out. Definitely. Yeah, thank you, A. They're getting better. As I mentioned, beginning of the stream. Hopefully, they get the aid that they need. Absolutely, it was a very very bad infection. It was really really bad. Thanks, Rana. I have lots of videos. I think my last count was I'm over 300 videos right now. Again, I've been running my channel since 2016, so it's been getting there. It's getting there. Hopefully the Thanos, of course, would win. Thank you for subscribing, South Tacoma Honda. So the so yeah, so about 300 videos in 2 years. So I'm very very happy about the amount of videos I put out. My 2 year anniversary will be on July 4th, 2018. I'm not even sure what day that will be. Excuse me. So if we look at July, that's going to be on a Wednesday. So there will be a because I do videos on Wednesday now, so that's perfect. So there will be a video then. Get rid of that. So I want to thank everybody here. Goku versus Thanos. Again, does he have the Infinity Gauntlet? If without the Infinity Gauntlet, Goku would easily win. So I want to thank everybody who actually came into the chat. Had a big overrun for about 30 minutes, and I'll be cutting the stream. Again, thank you guys for all showing up. I'll be cutting the stream in 3, 2, 1, and thank you guys for stopping in. Take care, guys. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.